To bring in Victor Thomas, President and CEO of the Canada-India Business Council. Victor, last year, your organization put out a report saying that India represents a vital door to the future of global trade, especially for a country like Canada. Can you talk about that optimism that you had and located in the current tensions that we see between Canada and India?
Well, absolutely. As the Canada-India Business Council, we, of course, want to promote trade and investment between the two countries. We thought there's significant opportunity with the largest growth economy in the world and really complementarity between the two countries. And I can just say, even a couple weeks ago, I was at the B20 in India with business leaders from around the world. At that time, there was still hope that we would possibly get an early progress trade agreement. Things have changed drastically between the two governments. And so business is, I guess, staying tuned to learn, understand how we navigate going forward. But the long-term opportunity with India, irrespective of Canada, the government's actions is still significant. It's just now a matter of how we navigate it into the future.
So how significantly has this derailed the opportunity?
Well, I think, you're just breaking news that visas are no longer permitted for Canadian citizens. One of the things that's, always significant is for people to go see and understand the opportunity. And with that now being challenged, there's going to be, we have to find new ways to be able to do that. We have a lot of companies that have invested, that are trading. So I think, all of this has happened in just a few short days. I just got back from India yesterday. And so I think we're just trying to take stock and understand what exactly is happening. There's things changing at the government-to-government level continuously. And I think, we're trying to understand, again, how do we advise our members? How do businesses continue to trade, continue to invest, but also just seeing the challenges between the two governments.
You talked in the past about India presenting such a huge opportunity for Canadian businesses and that they should get their strategy right there. But I'm wondering if you think there's a risk now that Canadian businesses will be shut out. There's already social media calls for boycotts for things like Tim Hortons and McCain's. But, we're also seeing our allies sort of quiet about this, the U.S. and UK, because they've got their own issues with China. And so, they're trying to, I guess, stay close to India. Is there a chance that the backlash falls solely on Canadian companies trying to do business in India?
Well, we certainly hope not. Just a week and a half ago, India hosted the world and world leaders of course, with the G20. The UK is in the midst of, negotiating a trade agreement. We were just a couple of weeks ago in the midst of doing that until we pulled out and pulled back. We also have a number of other countries that we saw last year conclude agreements with the UAE and Australia. And of course, the U.S. has been courting India. They hosted the Prime Minister of India for a state visit in June. And from all accounts at the G20, we're very pleased with how everything went. So it's a very interesting time. Of course, the government-to-government relations does affect business. And of course, some of these measures are going to affect, but I think it's too early to say exactly what that means for us other than it's a challenging time.